Hey there, it's George, Kansas. Just wanted to share a little perspective with you about this idea of having sprung from pure potential. You know, we lead a prosperity consciousness meditation every morning in our community, every weekday morning, called the Prosperity Playground. You're, of course, more than welcome to jump onto that website to check that out. But I wanted to share because this morning in the Prosperity Playground, we were talking about this idea of having sprung from pure potential. That this experience, this human experience that we are undergoing right now, that we are living, the human experience, so I call it feeling on behalf of the universe. When we're in the thick of it, sometimes we lose sight of how just amazing and actually awesome, I mean, literally, I don't know what happened there, but literally awesome it is to recognize that from all of this pure potential, the vastness of the universe, the billions and billions and billions and billions of molecules that are in the universe, out of all of those, somehow, by some miracle, those molecules arrange themselves in a particular moment in time to spring to life as you, as me, as us. To me, that is a mind-blowing concept. And so it kind of accentuates for me the importance of making the most of this human experience, of taking the preciousness of the miraculous nature of having assembled these molecules in just the right combination to create you and I. And to make the most of that experience requires, number one, an appreciation of how special that is, and number two, a willingness to take total responsibility for the quality of that experience. Because we cannot control what everything else, whatever else happens out there. There is no out there. That'll be a separate video. But when we recognize the special nature and the special opportunity of having sprung to life from pure potential, when we recognize the special nature of that, it gives us an opportunity to take responsibility and say, hey, okay, this is my unique opportunity. What am I going to do today to make the most of this extraordinary experience, of this extraordinary opportunity, of this, in fact, unlikely moment? And so here it is. We've sprung to life as if by magic from pure potential. Well, that must mean that we are actually made of pure potential. Every molecule in our bodies vibrating at a particular frequency, every one of those molecules could have chosen a different manifestation. And yet here we stand in this seemingly human experience. Spiritual beings in this human experience with nothing but potential to express the universe through our lives. So, how do we do that? We do that by touching base first and foremost, and really understanding and appreciating and embracing our deepest desires, our wildest dreams, recognizing that those are ours alone, that no other human being on the planet having this human experience has exactly the same desires. No other human on the planet has exactly the same dreams. And so that, to me, leads me to the conclusion that those desires, therefore, are meant to be expressed through my life, through your life, through our lives. That's why Tracy and I have proclaimed 2016 the year of the messenger. Why? Because it is up to each and every one of us to embrace those desires and live those desires in our world so that the universe gets to express itself through our lives. That is the path of the messenger. To me, that is the highest calling. That is the most rewarding experience when we take the important moments in our lives to embrace and recognize and embrace our deepest desires. So, what do you want? What do you want to make today stand for? When you go to bed tonight, when you lay your head on that pillow, what do you want to be able to look back and say, I did this one tiny thing towards making my desires real? One tiny thing. If you can put a day together where you did 3 things to accomplish your dreams, to make your desires real, you've hit a grand slam. So maybe make a list. Say, what do I want? What do I desire? What would I seek to accomplish over the next month if I absolutely knew I couldn't fail? And then do one thing to get you closer to that goal. One thing getting closer to that dream. One thing to get you closer to that desire. And like I said, once you do that first thing, once that's complete, think of another. Think of a second. Think of a third. If you go to bed at the end of the day having accomplished 3 things towards making your desires real in this human experience, you have tattooed one out of the park, to use a baseball expression. You have hit a grand slam. So my challenge, my invitation to you today is to really think about the desires that were born when you were born, that are so deep inside your cells that they must be expressed today. What are those desires? Really get clear on those. Really embrace those, welcome those, and accept those and embrace those as yours, because no other configuration of molecules on the planet has the exact same desires. So 1, embrace those desires. 2, identify a couple of steps, tiny, tiny, tiny little steps that you can take to get you closer to those desires, whatever they are, no matter how small or how big. Earl Nightingale, one of my most treasured mentors, said once in a recording that ultimately would become the first ever non-musical recording to go gold, said, it was called The Strangest Secret. He said, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. I can't think of a more beautiful definition of the word success. So if you identify 3 tiny little things and are successively able to accomplish 1, then 2, and then 3 of those things each day, can you imagine how much closer you would be toward those goals, living those dreams, having those desires in your life, making those things manifest in your life, attracting them to you? If you do 1, 2, and 3 things toward those desires every day, you will accomplish more in a week than you would have just kind of wandering through life hoping that that will be made real. Hope is not a business strategy. Hope is a beautiful idea and one that keeps us on track towards our desires, but just hoping doesn't get it done. It requires action. Wallace Wattles in the book The Science of Getting Rich talks about that our prayers are not answered while we are praying. Our prayers are answered while we are doing. So get clear on your desires. Identify a couple of steps that you can take toward those desires and stay focused and do it. Just do it. Who cares if you fail? Who cares if it doesn't work out? Who cares if it's embarrassing? You have to try it. They used to say, fake it till you make it. Tracy and I don't believe that. We like to say, feel it to reveal it. So once you dive in and start taking action toward those things, really jump in, taking action toward those things every single day, immersing yourself, bathing in your desire, and taking action toward them. Once you begin to do that, you will see that no matter how big or little the progress you make every day, the fact that you make progress every day will, I guess it would be this way, the fact that you make progress every day will inspire you to keep on keeping on. At the end of the day, you are God in a body. You are here to express the universe through your life. Embrace it, own it. Remember that you sprang from pure potentiality, and pure potentiality is what you are. How awesome is that? How awesome are you? You do that, you do anything from that mindset. You do anything from owning that, having that in your heart, keeping clear on your desires and taking tiny baby steps toward them every day. And you absolutely will make each day as amazing as you are. We'll see you on the next video. Cheers. Have an awesome